So both of our mothers died within a year of each other. Isn't that interesting? You're so silly, you're just so shy on camera. You should have seen him the other day. He was making a video for his mother's memorial service, and it's just so cute.
It's not cute.
It was so cute. It was so cute.
Muddled and munched it around.
Really
silly.
But you're so cute. I don't know why you don't know this.
Anyway. So where are we doing this? Is it strange? I have a shadow on your face.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is that going to be funny?
No. It's fine. So how do we feel about that? How do you feel about it?
Well, I had to kind of say goodbye to her such a long time ago, and then she went into dementia, so I was unable to really, or more. I didn't develop any further relationship with her after saying goodbye to her, so that when she died, it was more a relief and a release.
How did you feel after she passed away?
And
what was happening to you in the meantime?
We were in Guanajuato, and I was all of a sudden motivated to do a walkabout, and I feel like I was playing her.
Yeah.
And that's why I put it that's why I put that there. And I remember you didn't know what I was doing.
Put what?
Put that in the my life celebration
I
video.
completely forgot that. You were singing to the tree. That's a really interesting thing.
Did I hug the tree too, or did I not know that I was? I think I didn't know I was singing to the tree. I thought I would.
What did you think you were doing?
I don't know. It was one of those things. I was just going.
Sorry, I'm distracted by this.
And I think that's funny.
That is funny.
But your mother was much more of a, I don't know, she was way younger than my mother.
I know, that's the strangest thing about it, is that we're 33 years in an age difference. That's, big. And I don't know any other couple that's that far in age difference. And then our mothers were like 30 years in age difference. Mine was, what was she?
69.
69.
Something like that.
69. That's just, really? 69? Not 79. She wasn't 80.
No, she wasn't 79. She was between 69 and 71.
She was 69. She was 69, like so young, relatively. And I was, 33, 34. And you, how old are you?
The thing is that it's kind of funny to speak about ages. It's very weird, and it makes me kind of freaky. But my mother was quite old.
Yeah, your mother was, how old was your mother?
Let's see, she was 94 now, I think.
93, 94.
Yeah, because it's 22, she went out in 22 in December.
And he's 68.
And her 95 birthday is coming up for the life celebration.
That's so strange. It's just, not the age, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s feels like a much more natural, it just seems like you die around that age, whereas my mother dying when I was in my mid 30s just didn't really make any sense. Even though my mother took a long time to die. She died over like an 8-month period, just slowly fading away, whereas your mother did too.
Yeah, and she was in dementia for so long.
Right.
Dementia is such a strange state of being. I've thought about it a lot since then.
What do you mean? How?
Well, yeah, what is she experiencing?
Hmm.
In dementia, she was all very, 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 speaking very highly about me.
Right. And that's
So
strange.
all of a sudden she was like, she's going to see me in this show and this and that, and when she was not in dementia, she was rejecting everything I did.
Yeah, and we had an experience of going to her house where his sister Cheryl was staying, taking care of her, and I'll share a clip of it. And Thoth played for his mother while she was lying in the bed, just basically dying, or seemed like she was dying. And I caught her a few times looking up, like coming out of this thing and looking up at her son, and probably thinking that you were just like a ghost, or that you probably weren't really there, and then going back to sleep. So that was fascinating, because we were hearing stories from Cheryl that she was talking about him all the time.
She would get dressed up in fancy night clothes and act as if she was going out to see me in some kind of show.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
Look, where are the others? 4 more coming.
No.
No?
This one. So it's just strange that, and both of us didn't really think our mothers would die. We just thought they'd just kind of stay in this weird state forever. My whole family were very afraid that my mother would just stay in this kind of dying experience for a really long time. And how long did it go on for your mother?
I don't
that she
remember.
was in
It was a while.
a year? Or?
I don't remember. I don't want to be placed in that because I don't know.
It was a while. And for my mother, it was about 8 or 9 months. And it was very shocking, for me. One day I just got a phone call. When was it? It was like this past August, or the August before this last August, that she had died. And it's just completely shocking. And then in regards to me, we had to fly back to Nashville, where I grew up, and clean out my mother's huge house up on a hill that we grew up in, the house we grew up in. And Thoth was there to help me. How was that for you? You did it.
Yeah, that's what it was. But what was the most interesting about doing that was not that, but playing at the Parthenon and watching the public dissolve away, their interest in us dissolve away. I don't know if it's us. It's so difficult to know what is going on. It's just that that was difficult.
Yeah.
I had some exultant plays too.
Yeah, and that was some of the last times we really played in public in the way that we did on a really regular, consistent, disciplined basis. And it was my dad, actually, I talked to him and he suggested that we take a break, which was not a concept we even knew for like 13 years, playing every day. So that was interesting too. So your experience mostly was feeling liberated.
Yeah, I don't really have any other feeling. In fact, I was, since I had a seizure and I had afterglow, I was kind of all ecstatic in the experience, because I was feeling that I no longer had this being to hold. And even though she was in dementia, I still was holding it in myself, her extremely critical and negative feelings towards what I do.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was released of that, and I could just... So I think I went out and I started singing all over the street.
Yeah, pretty much immediately.
And I did it even when I didn't even know she had died, because I felt energetically this... I remember this quite well.
Yeah. And I equally felt very liberated, because I had this similar experience when my mother was very negative and negating about our relationship. And she had some times where she was really positive. She once came.
She was more positive than my mother.
Yeah, way, like by leaps and bounds in comparison
Yeah.
to your mother.
She said some very nice things to us.
Yeah. She came to San Diego many years ago and watched the opera, watched us do Echenier, and said some really profoundly lovely things about it, which completely surprised and shocked us. But over the years...
And we were thinking that from that point she was going to be a major ally for us.
Yes, we did. But she was an alcoholic, so it was really not, she wasn't really all there most of the time.
So that was a freedom too, from that alcoholism, which was just such a disease.
So bad. My whole family has that problem. It's been quite an experience, and ever since going home and cleaning out the house, and it's completely changed our lives. We made the choice to start traveling again, and we chose Mexico initially, and we're going to go to Europe in May and see what's going on.
And we chose to permanently travel.
Yeah, and we're just...
So that's the liberation too.
Yes, we decided to let go of my mother's house, because that was, in the end, that became my choice alone. My twin sister couldn't make the choice, and would have chose to just stay there. And at one point you had the experience that we were going to stay, you were like in your ecstatic, that was strange.
Really?
Yeah, he was in this ecstatic state saying that we're going to stay, we've always been here, and it's, that was interesting.
And we were.
Yeah, but we
But
lived
we're
there.
not, but now we're not.
But letting go of that was quite an experience for me.
I don't have any, I basically don't own anything.
Yeah.
That's part of my faith and my belief and my expression. And I think that the owning of things undermines expression. The tendency is to protect or to get more stuff. Thus, one's attention is taken away from one's expression. And that's part of why we're traveling too, is just to continue.
Right, to let go of things. Because that's the thing that I'm seeing right now in our life, is that the most constant, predictable thing in our life right now is that things change. That we have to let go of spaces. I mean, just in a couple days we're going to a brand new place.
And it's a very creative thing to let go of spaces too, because you're constantly creating a new energy environment, and that thus you are being a creative being in all your activities.
Yeah, and we're not able to, buy big bulky things or hold on to things. Everything has to fit in our 2 suitcases, which is how it used to be, but also it's a very cool new way of traveling in which I can get places in advance, which really, really helps. We used to just fucking land in a place with nowhere to stay, get robbed, and lots of stories.
He's with us. He went into Soriano's supermarket looking for some chicken yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
This towel, he took it from my mother's house.
Yes, speaking about.
It's from.
Yeah, she was down here.
Yeah, she came to Playa del Carmen and went to Xcaret, which is basically down the street.
And that's where that jaguar was, and came over and said hello.
Yeah. That's all for now.